What's going down, people? How you doing? This is TK coming at you. I just want to talk to you guys about the many iterations that I always go through fighting against gold bugs that hate Bitcoin. And you know, we have this conspiracy theory of the NSA controlling this magic button that's going to delete your money, when the factual side is that is the truth when it comes to fractional reserve banking. You know, all of the complaints and the sky is falling communication that takes place with gold bugs is factually represented and shown itself to be true within fiat. So that's what's funny to me. What's funny to me is that fractional reserve banking is a Ponzi scheme. Everything that they claim Bitcoin to be is found in fractional reserve banking. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's designed to steal money from your pocket. It siphons money from the 99% and puts it in the pocket of the 1%. So you have all of these people who are steadfast about Bitcoin being a scam, when the one thing that they are representing is a scam. There's manipulation in gold, there's manipulation in silver. JP Morgan Chase owns the entire silver market. Gold shorting within paper derivatives pretty much manipulates the price of gold and beats it down, because a strong gold makes a weak dollar. So the system manipulates gold so that it always stays low, because of the fact that if it was true open market representation, then gold would be through the roof right now, and so would silver. So those markets are manipulated, and fiat is a fucking scam. And it kills me, the fact that gold bugs their first defense is insulting you and deflecting towards anything that you misstep. Oh, you spelled a word wrong, you're a fucking idiot and you shouldn't be in this conversation. So you have to have tough skin, and you have to be well versed within cryptocurrency in order to have a conversation with these gold bug assholes, because they're defending the system based on the fact that cryptocurrency is an NSA conspiracy and it's a bubble that's doomed to fail. Cryptocurrency is going to fail. It's a fucking bubble. Okay, so here's the deal. There are inherent problems within Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency does have its flaws. And yes, manipulation does take place, but it takes place in the market where you see these public fucking exchanges. These public exchanges do paper, what's called internal databases, where they short against the amount of money being brought in against the amount of Bitcoin that they have to have on supply. So shorting does take place, and the influx of new money can happen in terms of manipulation on these exchanges, because they determine who qualifies for large purchases. And sometimes things happen off blockchain that doesn't accurately reflect the nature of the market. China just got regulated based on the same thing. Their exchanges not being reflective of physical sales. So in order to rig the market in cryptocurrency, you have to influx money and buy more coins. So if a big player can influx money and buy coins and then dump those coins, of course that's going to be represented in the blockchain. You guys have to excuse me, punched in the lip. So what I'm trying to tell you is that there are flaws in blockchain. Manipulation does take place. But I'm not going to take the stance of the gold bugs that say that throw out the whole damn bathwater and call it a scam. I'm not going to say that. Because there are financial doors that open in cryptocurrency that don't exist in fiat currency. You cannot have the bootstrap ingenuity, and you do not have the creative finance success that's possible in cryptocurrency. You do not have that in fiat, because they have control measures in fiat where you are relegated poor. So there's no such thing as ingenuity and creating an ICO, getting funding for that ICO, and having a dev team and creating a new economy based on your creativity. That only exists in crypto. And the same thing on an individual level in terms of you having a higher purchasing power in Bitcoin that doesn't exist in foldable dollars that fit in your freaking wallet. So the factual side is Bitcoin is allowing you to have financial empowerment that's never been available to you ever before. The factual side is whether or not it's a conspiracy theory or not, it does help you independently to have income that you've never ever fucking had before. And I'm living proof. I've been living off Bitcoin substantially for the last 3 months. And not only do I have a higher purchasing power, I've had access to money that I've never fucking had access to. So that is a factual side of the game that you can't be disputed. No matter what the fuck these gold bugs tell you about some fucking conspiracy theory or some random NSA button, it's all not substantiated. You are looking at dynamics within the economic world that has shifted. The paradigm shift that is cryptocurrency is a valid industry. It is a valid opportunity for you to have some power that you've never, ever had before. The power shifts from the third-party bank to you becoming the bank, and then you having the ability to manage your own money. You have the ability to direct your own funds. Now, yes, Bitcoin has some hurdles to get over because of the scale issue, because of the fees involved in Bitcoin transfers, and because of the fact that it's a consensus that needs to happen in order to implement change. Usually that consensus doesn't happen, so what we find is fork after fork after fork. Or there's a new version of Bitcoin because the people who are in it can't decide on how to fix it. But one thing I will say is that value never dies. Value transfers from one asset to another asset. So fuck Bitcoin gets it wrong. Let's just say that Bitcoin doesn't work. We're going to move to whatever does work. If Bitcoin Gold is the next Bitcoin, the market, the open free market, will decide that that's what's going to happen, and people will move their money from one coin to another coin. And then you have the whole advancement of this industry, because it advances so far and so fast that you have to keep up with new changes. And then you have to position yourself so that you can win financially. And that's the factual side of it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify against multiple altcoins. Utilize the entire market so that you buy low, you hold, and then you take advantage of the appreciation. So yes, cryptocurrency right now is a speculative game where most people are just making money on volume increase. Okay? A lot of people don't use coins as a medium of exchange. Although there are coins out there that allow you to do that. There are many use case coins that have a strong product and give you a real opportunity to have a better medium of exchange. So just realize that. And use case has to be one of your important decisions in terms of what is going to best work for your household. So I want everyone to just understand the fundamentals within the market. Once you realize the fundamentals and you can position yourself effectively. I said this example. I said the Model T4 was the very first car. Okay, but it still effectively moves you from point A to point B. You don't throw out the Model T Ford just because you have a Bentley. And that's the analogy in cryptocurrency right now. The market is young. The advancements have a long way to go. But it is a vehicle that you can use to financially empower yourself, take back the reins of the bank, and participate in a decentralized, worldwide, open transparency, consensus ledger technology where you are censor-proof. So you cannot throw out the entire bathwater and say that, oh, taking a bath is stupid. I don't want to be clean, it's stupid. That doesn't make sense. You have to utilize the vehicle to better position yourself financially and get ahead of the game so that your household can economically participate in the 21st century, the new advancement of money, which, whether you want to think about it, whether you want to believe it, the advancement of money is simply that there are more efficient ways for us to interact with each other. Money itself is becoming an application that rides on a protocol, and that expression, that form of expression, is not limited to the way it used to be. The government thinks about control, it thinks about limited access, engineered scarcity, and those parameters are factors in fiat. So you want to look into cryptocurrency because those inherent problems are not built into it. Fiat currency has one set of problems, but cryptocurrency has a different set of problems. But I think the pros outweigh the cons. And no matter what happens in cryptocurrency, as long as you are diversified across the entire platform of value, whenever value moves, you have to move with the value. So if Bitcoin becomes no longer the gold standard, then guess what? Whatever coin is the gold standard, you just move your freaking money over to that coin. It's easy to do a shapeshift. It's easy to do a exchange from one coin to another coin. So I want you guys to don't fall into the stay away from Bitcoin trap that these assholes and the gold bugs keep propagating through their pseudo-education. I mean, the first thing they fucking do is attack you with, you're not intelligent enough to have this conversation. You know what? Fuck you guys. And I hope you all die in terms of the manipulated market that you are a part of. Because I'm very angry that someone feels the need to control someone else to the point where you will defend through insults and aggression that somebody shouldn't put their money in cryptocurrency when cryptocurrency is independent freedom outside of cabal bank control, outside of the fucking control measures that are steadfast within fiat currency. You got some asshole that will curse you out or at least insult you to the point where you, if you don't have strong fucking nerves, will believe the lie that he says and the argument that he says that you should stay away from cryptocurrency. It's a fucking bubble. It's a bubble that's gonna crash. And all these assholes, that's the only thing they're saying. Okay, so the one asshole that I've been arguing with continuously brings up a lot of good points in terms of the failures that Bitcoin has yet to overcome. But in the 10 years that Bitcoin has been in existence, it has evolved to the point of dealing with a lot of issues, dealing with a lot of problems. And like I said, if it doesn't make it, we will move to whatever the hell does make it. But decentralized assets is independent freedom. And centralized control is no longer the way to go. For you to dictate to me what I can and can't do with my money, go to hell. Because you can't do that in cryptocurrency. So at least I have the freedom to control my funds. At least I have the power to make my own damn decisions without having to go to a third party and ask permission to take out $100. So we will see what happens with the future. We will see how the industry itself advances. And I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But I do know that there's opportunity, and this vehicle can be used as a medium to take you from point A to point B. That I do know. And I'm sure of the fact that you can be successful in cryptocurrency if you diversify across multiple coins. And it's not all about doom and gloom. It's not all about some NSA conspiracy theory of you not having the ability to use your money.